It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazawey. Let's talk some sports.
Hey, let's go. You know what time it is. Wednesday, March 15, 2023. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. Braylon Edwards. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
What's up, my guy?
Catch your breath, man.
What's
Catch
up, my
your
guy?
breath.
No, I'm good. I'm only 40,
Fast
man.
and furious, the news is coming in hot.
I'm trying to tell you, this is Maz and your favorite time of the year, man.
This is a carnival.
The NFL offseason might be better than the regular season, the way it played out. Before we get there, Ryan, I've been hella into the bad boys gear. I feel like the Pistons gear has been coming out in spades since maybe last offseason. You had the turquoise was coming back, and it was, like all these things have been coming back. Jeff bought me a bunch of these bad boys hats for my birthday, and I wanted to wear this on, was it Monday? Because I think because they beat up on Indiana on Sunday night, but I didn't because I couldn't find it. I find it, but it was after they lost by 21, so it doesn't have the same effect today.
You wear the hat. I thought I was looking for Martin Lawrence or Will Smith somewhere around
Martin.
there. Bad Boys for life.
What are these called? Get the Gilligan's hats?
I called it a Gilligan
the bucket
hat.
hat.
It's a bucket hat.
Bucket hat. The bucket Gilligan.
They're hot in NFC when the NFL's practicing during the summer.
Oh man,
that's the hat.
This is what it's so funny, man. It's like when you see the coaches, like it's little things that you notice mean something. When I see the coaches wear the Gilligan's hat, I know those are the coaches I can drink with. Like I know those
Usually an offensive line.
Exactly. Those are the coaches you can see like off the field, away from the facility. Like you can hang out with those guys when you see the Gilligan or the bucket hats.
How about the ones with the old bike shorts? Remember
yeah.
those old bike shorts?
Yeah.
Gabe Gibberin would wear it. Those guys.
You got to stay away from those. Those are guys that'll find you.
Bike.
Those
The
guys that'll
two-button
find you.
waist.
Yes.
Oh, those are the worst.
Tom Mazawey, good afternoon to you, bud.
I effing love the NFL. I love it. It's porn. The NFL is the best. The best. Watch Pat McAfee about a half an hour ago. What'd they have? 450,000 people.
498.
More people than were probably watching TV. Guaranteed.
This guy has totally changed the business, Pat McAfee. There were more people watching Pat McAfee live online at that moment than watching CNN on television.
Or any TV station. Any.
It's incredible, man. It's incredible. And kudos to Pat McAfee for everything that he's doing.
Kudos to Aaron Rodgers
and
for
screw Aaron Rodgers.
keeping it going.
I won't lead the show with Aaron Rodgers today. I can't do it.
Well, technically, we just already did. Hey, side note. Is Pat McAfee, is the reason why that stuff is so good, is the reason why it's so big, is it because he's that good? Is it because he's that dynamic? Is it because he's different? Is it because he's quirky? He's all over the place. He's funny? Or is it once he booked the weekly residency with Aaron Rodgers?
That's it. He gets his most people today. When it's the most he's ever had. He's even said it. Hey, we haven't had this kind of crowd. It's all Aaron Rodgers. NFL people, they just want more. Just more. Draft, free agents, just keep giving it to us. It's a carnival.
Has it always been this way? Let me
No.
And that's where I was going. It's not always been this way. I'm new to the media per se. I joined the media team maybe like 14, 15 is when I kind of got into media. But it just seems like in the last 3-4 years, like all people want to talk about is football. Is it because of the quarterback situations? You got guys like Mahomes and you got Burrow and you got guys coming out all the time, whether it's Bryce or Anthony Richardson. Is it the deals? Is it how people are now moving in the NFL?
It's a great question,
the NBA. Because like people now moving to the NFL, you think it's the NBA. They're only doing 3-year deals now, 4-year deals. Everybody's not signing a 9-10 year deal.
I think that's a great point, and I think one of the reasons, we talk about how crappy Roger Goodell is as a commissioner or what a jerk he is as a commissioner. I think Roger Goodell deserves a lot of credit for how he has positioned the calendar in the NFL, from the time the season ends, from the time the Super Bowl ends, to the combine, to free agency opening, to the draft. It is a methodical lead-in to the season to continue to talk about the NFL 12 months a year. And again, we joke about it and we say, and you've heard it before, the NFL is the biggest sport in the country, and the second biggest sport is the NFL offseason. And we have not seen this kind of player movement. We have not seen this kind of quarterback movement ever in the National Football League at the scale in which we're seeing it now. When Tom Brady goes to Tampa Bay and wins a Super Bowl. When Matthew Stafford goes to L.A. and wins a Super Bowl. When Russell Wilson goes to Denver, everybody thought they were going to win a Super Bowl, but they didn't. But when you have these star quarterbacks moving, Aaron Rodgers says today he wants to play for the Jets in 2023. The only holdup is the compensation back to the Packers. So when you have, you mentioned, Bray, for the last 3 or 4 years, you've had 4 major quarterback moves over the last 4 years. That's why a lot of this is big, too. Every team looking for a quarterback. Is it going to be Derek Carr? Where's Derek Carr going? Where's Jimmy Garoppolo going? Who's trading up to number 1? The movement in the NFL is unlike anything we've ever seen recently over the last 3 or 4 years, and that's why it's so big in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's stars are potentially going to every team. You just look at the movement, and we'll get into how these deals played out. We'll get into what they spell for those teams. But you look at Stephon Gilmore, who just got moved today to the Cowboys, who was the MVP 3 years ago. He just gets moved. You look at Hargrove a couple days ago. You look at, like, it's just movement after movement after movement after movement of play.
Look
Big
what happened
name,
today.
Jalen Ramsey on. You know
Darius Slay is going to be released.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott going to be released. Baker Mayfield's got a new team.
You're so happy
just
about that.
Unbelievable. It's awesome.
I see how you snuck Baker Mayfield.
Of course.
I see how you did that.
It is so fun, and we'll get to all of that coming up in a more refined way. But one of the things when I walked in today, Bray, I walk into Matt's office, and he's like,
he's working. He's
typing. He's like,
Was he on?
And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like,
was it Pro Football Focus or was it Brazzers?
He's like, it's like porn. It's like, and he's watching it as if he was watching a porn. He's watching like NFL Live or whatever. He's like,
you sure it wasn't OnlyFans?
It's like insane. This guy.
That's nasty.
It might be OnlyFans. He like switched the computer up once you got
NFL
around.
OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
NFL
OnlyFans.
But the movement is great, man.
Yeah.
The movement is great. It's
Gomez
unlike anything we've ever seen.
Is the movement great in Detroit?
I think it is. Look, let's talk about that. Dave Burkett coming up in about 25 minutes from now, guys.
And he's busy.
He is busy. Alex
Dave's
Angeloni will speak top of the hour, so we'll have Burkett for about 10 minutes. We're going to get in as many quick questions as we can, get the latest from Dave Burkett. That, again, is coming up in
the commissioner already talked.
In 20 minutes from now. You'll hear the commissioner next. I do want to start, if I could, with last night, Braylon.
Please do.
We talked a lot about this yesterday, and that's the Jamaal Williams. A lot of people are saddened. Oh, so sad. Jamaal isn't here. And guys, I understand it. But over the course of our lifetimes, Detroit teams have overpaid for fan favorites. They got better yesterday in signing David Montgomery to a 3-year, $18 million deal.
Okay.
David Montgomery is a better running back than Jamaal Williams. He just is. And when you're trying to build a Super Bowl champion, you cannot in any way fall in love with fan favorites. And you certainly can't overpay for them. When you've got 3, 4, 5 teams maybe potentially bidding for Jamaal Williams, you're not getting into a bidding war for Jamaal Williams. We love Jamaal Williams. He will always have a special place in the hearts of Detroit Lions fans because he helped change the culture here. But you get to a certain point, you got to move on. That running back room, this Detroit Lions football team is better with David Montgomery than it is Jamaal Williams. That's just the hard, cold truth of it all.
It was a hell of a pickup yesterday, picking up David Montgomery. I got to say this first, okay? This is funny. I will say this. David Montgomery is a better running back than Jamaal Williams, and I'll break that down in 2 seconds. He is. I love the pickup. I love the price point. I love everything about it. The funny thing is, fans are hilarious. These are why players don't typically always like fans, because all year last year, what was, oh man, we love Jamaal. Oh, anime. Oh, swaggy. doing the dance, and they're watching the Naruto, and they're wearing do-rags. Don't even have braids or don't even have waves, but they're wearing do-rags. They're showing their support. They love Jamaal Williams. Oh, grit. Oh, Jamaal. Thank you, Jamaal. You helped turn the team around. As soon as they got a player they thought was a little bit better, and they thought he was asking for too much money, today on Twitter, I'm so glad I don't have to fake like I like anime anymore. You know what? This, that, and the third. Everybody had negative knock. Well, he had 12 touchdowns. There were only 1-yard touchdowns anyway. Everybody had something negative to say today when they got a good deal yesterday. It's like the girlfriend that you point out things and you know what's going on, but you don't say anything. You just tuck them. And then when she does you wrong, you like, that's why your breath stink anyway. I didn't want to tell you that. You know, it was very funny to see. But with all the jokes aside, being serious, this is a much better situation. You look at David Montgomery. David Montgomery, one, he can run the ball. And he hasn't played behind a good offensive line like the Detroit Lions are going to have and going to add pieces. We'll talk about that as well. It's a better offensive line. It's a better system. I think it's better on the every down back for David Montgomery. That boy got wiggle. Now, when you watch David Montgomery, what were you always saying? Like, dang, if only he had, you know what I'm saying, a left and right guard. If only he had a couple wide receivers to match the situation. Like, David Montgomery was always some players away, and now he's on a team that has those players at the right price point. I think it's a great pickup for David Montgomery. It's going to suck that he's not around Jamaal Williams because of the effort and energy, but you made a great point, Ryan, Ermanni. You can't fall in love with players. Jerry Jones has shown you that how many times, man? You can't fall in love with players. Look at the whole situation with Ezekiel Elliott today. Highest cap hit for any running back, and he hasn't done anything in the last couple of years because he's been injured, because of little things like that. Don't fall in love with players, fall in love with the production. So looking at it that way, I don't have a problem with the Jamaal Williams, not re-signing him. David Montgomery, a much better pick. And now it allows you to keep DeAndre Swift as well.
Jamaal was terrific here. You said it, right? You said it, Bray. He's going to get less money than what David Montgomery got. So don't think he was holding the Lions hostage. He's not going to make $6 million a year. I don't think he will.
I don't know if he'll make $5 million.
Right. I think he's going to make $4 million probably from somebody a year. They got the better kid. They got the better guy. 25 years old. He runs like a monster. He catches the ball. He's a beast. He took him from a division rival, which even makes it that much better. You play him twice in a year. Look what happened with Jamaal when he played against the Packers. I mean, you get that extra juice. Who knows? Maybe the Packers will re-sign Jamaal Williams. I think he's going to go to the Jets, to be perfectly honest. We said it yesterday. We kind of joked. Yeah. He's going to go to the Jets. We'll see. The Lions got better. And, yes, they're going to keep DeAndre Swift. He's only $1 million cap hit. Why wouldn't you keep him this year and see if he could stay healthy the entire year and make what he should make, because he's one of the best backs in the NFL when he's on the field. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're absolutely not wrong. And let's give David Montgomery some more credit. Like this is a good pickup. This is a good pickup. We talked before we got off the show yesterday. Do we think the Lions are going to sign somebody else? We all said yes, and we got David Montgomery. The other thing about it, Ryan, he doesn't have to lead the field. Like, obviously, you keep DeAndre Swift. You allow DeAndre Swift to take his 15 snaps a game or his 12 snaps or whatever. You catch the ball out of the backfield. You put some special plays in for DeAndre. You put some screens, line him up in the slot, line him up on the outside, match him up against linebackers. He still has a place here, especially this season. But David Montgomery doesn't have to lead the field. He's your first down back. He can be second down back. He's your third down back. He catches well out the backfield.
He's a fourth down back.
You look at his stats. I mean, he's 1,200 yards in 4 years out of the backfield. So he definitely can do it on every single down, including fourth downs and goal line and red zone. So I'm definitely happy with the David Montgomery move, especially with the offensive line of Detroit Lions.
Plays a lot of games, too. David Montgomery, 60 games played over the last 4 seasons. Usually healthy. 2021, he was banged up a little bit, but that guy is a workhorse. Is DeAndre Swift, are you sure he's in the cards for next season? Give you a scenario in which I believe he might not be a part of this team. Also, John Kaminsky, the commish, baby, had something to say about this Lions organization that makes a lot of people happy and proves what happened yesterday as well. Dave Burkett coming up as well. Lots to get to on a Wednesday, but first a message from Custom Health Centers. Custom Health Centers takes the willpower out of weight loss. They have a customized approach to your weight loss needs, whether it's 20 pounds, 120 pounds. Custom Health Center is going to help you. I'm down 18 pounds on my track to lose 20. Cannot wait for that. Hoping to get there by the end of next week. Custom Health Centers, call them today. 844-789-THIN, 844-789-8446. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Oh, yeah. WoodwardSports.com, Home Bracket Challenge, Gardner White. You heard about it, too? Be on the way like me. Lazy Boy section. It's this way. It's almost tournament time, so you know what that means. Go to WoodwardSports.com. Sign up now for the Bracket Challenge, because you might be able to win some of these Lazy Boys or $1,000. You never know. I'm just saying. See you there. Gardner White, the only local Michigan furniture store. You got to come check them out. Lazy Boy, that's my section.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hey, if you're listening via podcast on Apple, Google, whatever the case may be, go ahead and make sure you subscribe to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. We'd appreciate that. Subscribe to the show. Leave a 5-star review if you are so inclined. We'd appreciate that as well. Fox 2 Detroit, WoodwardSports.com. So many different ways to watch us here live on YouTube. If you are watching the show right now, if you could hit the like button, we'd certainly appreciate that. Helps YouTube push our content out. Just want to clean up a little bit of this running back room. Are we sure that DeAndre Swift is the guy next year? Is there a scenario in which you have signed a 3-down back in David Montgomery? He's a 3-down back.
Yeah.
He's a starting running back in this league. And still draft Bijan Robinson.
I don't think
and
they
you
do.
Go Montgomery and Robinson.
I don't think they do.
Okay.
I don't.
That's fine. I'm
they would
throwing
take
it out there.
I think they would take a tackle or a guard before they would take a running back.
Best
with that
player
18th
on the,
pick.
well, I guess what I'm trying to say is all along I have said that you don't take a corner at 6.
No
because
corner.
I don't think you take the 12th, 13th, 14th best player at 6. I think now, based on what you've done throughout free agency, you have put yourself in a position to take a quarterback at 6 if you believe there is one there that you can develop, or you just flat out take the best player ranked on your board. If that is Bijan Robinson at 18, Bijan Robinson, I don't believe will get to 18, but if that's a guard, if that's a tackle, if that's a defensive tackle, whatever the case may be. But I think you've really set yourself up for best player available in the draft, as I've stated all along, outside of the quarterback development.
I think the Detroit Lions are out on Bijan Robinson. I just really do. I think you picked up David Montgomery with a 3-year contract. You know how good he can be. He's a 3-down back. I mean, he does have 915 carries in his 4 years. Same exact amount as Jamaal Williams, by the way. But this is a guy that you believe can show you something. You believe that this guy has something in it. And at the same time, DeAndre Swift is a guy that you know is talented. I mean, Ryan, you bring this stat up all the time. Like, every time he played, the Detroit Lions won, or they had a chance to win, or they were in games. Like, he's a special type of guy. He just may not be the special type of guy that can have the ball 22 times a game, that can have the ball 25 times or 25 plays a game designed from him solely. But he might be a guy that can legitimately give you a couple passes, like I said, line him up in the slot, line him up outside on linebackers, change the flow of the game up. I think he's still good. Bijan Robinson, I don't think he's there at 18, and I'm not moving up for him. That's the big thing with me. I'm not moving up for Bijan Robinson. I'm not taking 18 and packaging it and coming up to get Bijan Robinson. I don't think you have to do that. I just haven't seen the success in getting running backs to that pick and them winning. Derrick Henry's had some success. I mean, he's a monster. We understand Derrick Henry's had some. Christian McCaffrey might be the only guy that you can say, well, he did get to a Super Bowl. Outside of that, didn't work with Saquon Barkley, didn't work with Dalvin Cook, didn't work with, and the list goes on with running backs. So I don't want to move up to get Bijan Robinson, and then he's just, he's 1,200 and 200. Like, nah.
Listen,
so I'm good on that.
The Lions running back room to me right now is perfect. Perfect.
Craig Reynolds.
Craig Reynolds is a great third guy. That's just to have.
Justin Jackson's back.
Yes. We're not even counting them.
Okay.
You got a 1-2 punch.
I'm not hating, by the way.
You got a 1-2 punch in these two guys. What more can you ask for if you are DeAndre Swift? You don't have to be out there 3 downs. You got your
2 downs.
You got your 3 down guy, and you spell him with DeAndre Swift. That's pretty damn good, man. Both guys can catch the ball and run inside, run outside, whatever you need. If they stay healthy, the Lions got their running game. You said if you have Jared Goff as your quarterback, Ryan, you need a running game. You got a running game. You have a running game. That said, would I love to have Bijan Robinson? He's a no-brainer.
Could you trade DeAndre Swift?
You're not going to get anything.
You're not going to get anything.
Not get nothing for him. Zero.
That's why you keep
All
him.
Fair enough. I wanted to get to this because this was my guy. I showed you the stats yesterday. When John Kaminsky played for the Lions last year, the Detroit Lions were 9-3 and gave up 22 points a game defensively. When John Kaminsky did not play for the Lions last year, they were 0-5 and they gave up 31 points per game defensively. I don't think you can understate this guy's impact for the team. I love this guy, and I love this soundbite. Here he is at the podium.
It's a culture thing. It's a cliche thing, but until you're in this building, you don't really understand the family dynamic that exists here. I think it's the furthest thing. I think it's probably the furthest thing from business that you can get in the NFL. And so that family-oriented feel, truth, everything's up front. There's no shade anywhere. It's you come in, you know what you're going to get, and everybody's on the same field. Playing field. Coaches make you feel like they're no better than you. Everybody's on the same line. Everybody's here to win, and so it's a great feeling to come in and you don't have that pressure, and you can just come in and be yourself. So it's a culture thing for me.
It's a culture thing. You know where you stand. Everybody's up front. And I think they proved it yesterday with the signing of David Montgomery even. This is as competent a front office as we have seen here in Detroit ever for the Lions organization. And Bray, you know this more than anybody. If you're a professional football player, you could probably count the times on one hand somebody in the front office told you the truth about their plan for you, your role for them.
One hand.
One finger?
No, 2 fingers.
2 fingers. Zero. And he's doing a 0. What I'm trying to say is I think these coaches, having been in the game, having been players, knowing what it's like, you just want somebody to treat you like a grown-up, tell you the truth, tell you how they feel about you, tell you what role they see you playing, if you've got a chance, if you don't have a chance. And I think being open and honest with these players, treating them like adults, treating them like men, goes a long way. And I think that's what John Kaminsky saw here, and he wanted to be a part of it, and so do a lot of other players.
Think about it. He said it way before he signed. Remember how many months ago he wrote down, and he's like, man, do I want to be a Detroit Lion? I want to stay a Detroit Lion. Well, Jamaal Williams wanted to as well. He didn't get his wish. John Kaminsky did. He's a guy that wants to be here and loves the situation, and I do as well. I love Dan Campbell, and I love what he brings to the table. His coaching staff is phenomenal. We've been talking about it for a year now. He put together a terrific staff of players. The players, man, that relate to you, Bray. They relate to you.
First thing he said, you heard him in that press conference, he said, like, it takes you to walk through these doors to understand what family is and how they treat family. Like, when have you ever heard that about Detroit Lions? Don't worry, I'll wait. I've never heard that Detroit Lions were a family. I'm talking about what we've seen. They seem like a family from top to bottom, and that's what Kaminsky's talking about, the commish, as Mazin, you like to call them. They're basically telling you, look, we trust our guys. Like, we trust the core guys that we built with. We trust this thing. Look, and we're also going to be honest with you. We're not going to sign a running back. Because if we're being honest about the Jamaal Williams thing, and yes, I was the one talking about what he meant to the team, the grit, the leadership, the cry. And yes, you do need players like that, but at the right price. When have we talked about like a guy like Dave Montgomery or a guy like Jamaal? When you look at Jamaal, like last year, he's in there. You're cool when he's in there inside the 10. You're not cool when he's in there starting the drive off at the 25. You're like, it's going to be one of those type of games. But when you got a guy like Dave Montgomery, it changed. Brad Holmes let you know, hey, look, man, it was cool to have him in there. He did a lot of good things for us, but he's not starting running back for us, and we're not about to pay this guy $4.5 million to come in the red zone. We want a guy that can move the needle, a guy that we believe in, a guy that we think can get this thing going. So you pick up Dave Montgomery, and it's a great pickup. Isaiah Buggs, one of the first hired backs that they did or re-signed as Buggs. Then you get Kaminsky. Then you renegotiate Tracy Walker, let you know, hey, we want you here. We want to renegotiate that. They are trying to build this thing from the players that they have. They want people to love. They want their players, to love the franchise. They want them to be down with the franchise. They want it to hurt when they make mistakes and lose games. They want it like when you're around a team, Ryan, that you really love, that you really rock with, that you really vibe with, that, you want to be the best that you can be because you believe in the team, you believe in the franchise. You don't do little stuff. You don't do little stuff because everything you're thinking about is how does this affect? You don't stay out all types of the night, hanging out during the week. You're in your playbook. You're kicking it with your guys. You're doing more localized stuff. You're trying to figure out how can we get better? How can we take the next step? In the offseason, spending more time in Detroit. You're hanging out in Detroit. Everybody is a team moving the right way. You start bringing in big-name players. You start bringing in certain type of players that don't vibe with that system. Now you got guys doing their own thing. Now you got guys that don't hurt as much when you lose games. Now you got guys that say, well, you know what? This event is on a Friday night. I got enough time to rest. Then guys look at you sideways. They're trying to build this through the guys that have been there from jump, that understand the pain in 3-13-1. It's a painful year.
Hey, do you remember a few years ago when they needed a quarterback and Tua was there and Justin Herbert was there? What did they do prior to that draft?
Chase Daniels.
They signed Chase Daniels. So all the teams know they're out on a quarterback.
Yeah.
This is basically telling you they're out on Bijan Robinson, to me.
Is it? Okay, fair enough. I disagree with you respectfully on that. I don't think it is. But one of the things, and I hate to say that I was right on this, but I was right on this. What did I tell you? Go buy your defense. Go buy your defense. What have the Lions done in free agency so far?
I was with you.
Isaiah Buggs, John Kaminsky, Alex Anzalone, Cam Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, and then David Montgomery. 5 of the 6 signings they have had in free agency is on the defensive side of the ball. And yes, some of those guys are returning
Will
players.
Harris back as well. That's another one.
Who? Will Harris.
Yeah, 6.
6 of the 7 players that they have signed so far are defensive guys. They wanted to shore up that defense. That was not bare. The cupboard was not bare.
They drafted
in the Lions
6 rookies last year.
Absolutely.
6 defensive rookies.
These guys are going to be good. The Detroit Lions are a lot better now than they were when the season ended. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. We're going to talk to Dave Burkett next, but first a message from Fairway Packing Company. You want to elevate your dinner? Head to Fairway Packing. They got a steak shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods. But if you don't want to show up to that place, just show up online. Fairwaypacking.com. They ship anywhere. You can try the Burrata Blend burgers, the dry-aged Wagyu tomahawk steaks, the Chop House steaks, family owned and operated since 1956. Look them up online. They ship anywhere. Fairwaypacking.com. Fairwaypacking.com. Sourced, cut, aged, packed to perfection.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Sure to check out Swiss Insurance this week for your commercial insurance review. Swiss can make sure that you have the proper coverage, so give them a try. We talk to Mark all the time, and he says everybody leaves a happy client, and we know from experience. Swiss Insurance Group, Mark at swissinsurance.com.
What do you guys think? We'll track down Dave Burkett momentarily, but what do you guys think so far of the way Brad Holmes has attacked this? Maz, you say that it's, you believe they've kind of...
They're out on running
They're
back.
out on running back. Bray, I mean, you look at this. You just said during the break you still think they're taking a corner high at some point.
Yeah, I still think they're going to make – I still think they're going to draft a corner, maybe with the 18th pick, maybe package it somehow. I don't know exactly how Brad Holmes is going to do it. But I believe they're still going to take a young corner, man. I look at the cornerback situation, I'm like, they still want a stud. Like, they don't have that guy that's a stud. They don't have that guy that's a bona fide lockdown cornerback yet. They got some guys that can play football. We understand that. Mosey can play football. Sutton can damn sure play football. But I don't know if they have that guy that's a lockdown, like it's a stud. So I definitely think that that's still in their sights for that 18th pick, or maybe even trying to move up. But I can't wait to ask David Burkett this. One of the guys I think they need to bring back, maybe the next guy, obviously it's between two for me. So DJ Chark, if you don't plan on drafting a wide receiver, but number one for me is Evan Brown.
Yes.
Evan Brown's number one for me.
Yes.
I think you draft Evan Brown. I think you make Evan Brown your right guard. I think
He could play center, too.
100%.
Look what he did when he played center. Frank Ragnar's on 1 foot.
Re-sign, not draft. Re-sign.
Re-sign,
yeah.
Re-sign Evan Brown, yeah, because Frank Ragnar misses a lot of games. Frank Ragnar's a damn good center when he's in there.
Great center.
But he's a great center, misses a lot of games. He's been banged up. That stuff doesn't last for long. You sign Evan Brown, you make what you make better. Ryan talked about this. Hey, look, man, their offensive line is the key piece, the dominant piece. Last year, that's how they had such success. Why was Jared Goff so good last year? Well, when you're sitting in the pocket and you got 10 seconds to make a decision, you're typically going to be good. I think Evan Brown is the next re-sign that the Lions should make, and that's what I want to ask Dave Burkett.
Totally with you.
Guys, we've got some news here coming in regarding Jalen Carter. Georgia Pro Day today. Get your take on this. Georgia, their Pro Day, he's 9 pounds heavier than he was just 2 weeks ago at the Combine.
Stress eating.
He did not have a good pro day. Is there concern for Jalen Carter? Does this bother you even a little bit or a lot bit that Jalen Carter did not perform well at the pro day and is 9 pounds heavier?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Like, when you're in a situation like that, let's call it what it is. This is the serious situation. Even though he was in a car accident, even though he didn't get pulled over and arrested, even though he came back to the scene of the crime, even though these things happened, even though it was a misdemeanor, it wasn't serious on his part. He wasn't a part of the accident, but he's still a part of the accident. He's still a part of the people saying that he has character issues. He's still a part of individuals saying that he's not going to get drafted in the first round, or he's slipping out of the top 10. When you go to sleep, Maz, 3 weeks ago, and know that you're the odds-on favorite to be the 1 or 2 pick, or you're the number 1 player in the draft, and you know this, you're like, hey, at least I'm going, 1, 2, or 3, or 1 or 2. This is how you go to sleep. And then you wake up, and it goes to he may not get drafted. Or he may fall out of the first round. He may not get drafted. He may not play football. This dream that you had may not end up coming into fruition because of something dumb that you did. You know what you do? You get depressed.
Yeah.
Like, all you do is
stress eating.
Maz hit the nail on the head. Stress eating. All you do is think about, damn, am I not gonna play? Is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? And in that process, I'm pretty sure he's been racking up a DoorDash bill, Uber Eats bill. I'm pretty sure he's done some things. He's probably with his family. I mean, he's still at Georgia. He still can get a free meal at Georgia whenever he wants. I mean, he's a national champion winner 2 times over. So I just think that this is him being nervous, as you should. I mean, if I was in this situation, hell, I'd be nervous too.
Let me run this by you guys. Tell me if you think I'm off base, or tell me if you think you might like this. Who do the Bears want?
Jalen Carter.
They want Jalen Carter. What are they picking?
9.
Last year, the Lions made a deal with the Vikings, their other division partner. If I'm the Lions, sitting at 6, and Jalen Carter's there, I just might give Chicago a call and say, you want to come up and get him? And then move down to 9, pick up an extra draft pick somewhere,
Right.
and pick the best guy there.
I'd hate to see that.
That's dangerous, Maz.
I'd hate to see that.
Maz, that's very dangerous, because if you're the reason the Chicago Bears draft the second coming of Aaron Donald or the second coming of the next defensive interior lineman, Chris Jones, Hargrave, the list, Simmons, Jeffrey Simmons, if you're the team that gave your rival that player, that just doesn't spell well. And Chicago's making a lot of moves. Chicago's a team that could be good this year.
I don't know about that, because they're just throwing new players in. Doesn't mean they're going to gel. They're overpaying.
Right.
And last year, the Vikings gave us Jamison Williams.
And
so are they scared that we're going to get the next whatever? The next Justin Jefferson?
Oh, the Vikings
They're not scared.
The Vikings like the deal, and we worked some stuff out with them as well.
We're not scared.
That's tough, man. Like,
I'm just saying, you want to draft a guy that had question marks, that Todd told us had question marks before the car accident.
Man, you know how many pundits and analysts that I've seen said guys have character issues? You can't go by everything. Right now, he's a speeder. He's a guy that likes to speed.
Again, I said this the other day, and I'm going to reiterate
Get him an Uber contract.
I'm going to reiterate this. I'm going to tell you again. Jalen Carter would be benefited by being drafted by the Detroit Lions. Everything that John Kaminsky just said in that soundbite we played 10 minutes ago will help Jalen Carter in his life, in his football career, in every aspect of his life. They need each other.
Right.
Jalen Carter is the best football player in this draft, to me, if he is healthy and of sound mind and body.
He'd instantly be the best player on the team.
And the person, the team, the regime, the organization where he's best suited to would be the Detroit Lions. And we said it about Randy Moss.
Wow.
Make it again. Randy Moss, all these same things we said about Randy Moss, you could say about Jalen Carter.
He didn't gain 9 pounds,
Randy
though.
Moss, a Hall of Fame person now.
He didn't gain 9 pounds, though.
Guys, let me get to Dave Burkett. He's on the phone with us, and he's got to be quick because Alex Anzalone going to speak at the top of the hour. Dave, thanks so much for the call, my friend.
Yeah, no problem. How are you?
Doing good, buddy. Doing good. First and foremost, let's get to your thoughts right off the bat. David Montgomery in. It appears Jamaal Williams out.
Yeah, I think Jamaal Williams has played his last down in Detroit. Look, Jamaal wanted to be back. I think the Lions, I know the Lions wanted him back. I think this basically came down to a contractual thing. The money that Williams was asking for, his people were asking for, just didn't seem like the Lions wanted to pay that. And at some point they had to make a call. And look, I mean, Jamaal Williams is he was a beloved figure here last year for the Lions. There's no doubt about that. But I think as a pure running back, David Montgomery he's been a better player over the course of his career. He's younger, so that's probably a little bit of an upgrade for the Lions in their backfield.
Dave, I look at the free agent signings by Brad Holmes so far. 6 of the 7 on the defensive side of the ball. Buggs, Kaminsky, Anzalone, Will Harris, and then of course Cam Sutton and Emmanuel Mosley. Clear sign of which direction Brad Holmes wants to improve. Correct?
Yeah, well, and obviously, re-signing 4 of his own defensive free agents too, and it's something that Brad said he would do. It's something the Lions have done the last couple of years. I think you look at the upgrades that they made at the cornerback position. That was really the area of focus, coming into the offseason as the Lions looked at their roster. They saw a young defensive line. They've got all these first and second and third year players that are, they feel are ready to take another step forward, and got a couple young linebackers to pair with Alex Anzalone, a guy that they trust. And really it was the cornerback position that I think was a disappointment for them last year. And I know Okudah's back and Jerry Jacobs is back, and those guys may still see some playing time this fall, but really the Lions got 2 potential starters and Cam Sutton, who certainly will start, and Emmanuel Mosley, who I would expect to start too if he's healthy. That should help that secondary.
Dave, appreciate your time. We know you got you quick, so I'll make my two questions very, very quick, one on each side of the ball. Starting with the offense. Offensive line is a big thing for the Detroit Lions. That's where they're the best at. Frank Ragnow doesn't play every game. Frank Ragnow's injured a lot. Is Evan Brown the next re-sign that the Lions need to do on the offensive side of the ball, or period?
Yeah, it's been, I guess, since late yesterday was the last time I had talked to somebody about Evan Brown. I think the Lions were still in the mix there. It's just a market that was still settling out, and frankly, 4 o'clock here, we should find something out, or maybe not too long after that. I mean, look, right guard is the one spot the Lions have open on the offensive line. Vaitai is coming off back surgery. I don't know that it makes sense to bring him back on the same contract that he had last year if the Lions do that. Right. Maybe that means Evan Brown is not coming back. If they do re-sign Brown's going to command enough money that I don't know if you can keep both Vaitai and Brown around. So I think that's still, some of those things are still to be determined here in the next, let's call it 24 hours or so as the new league year opens.
And I love the fact that Evan Brown can play center as well as right guard, but right guard definitely is his position. Dave, on the defensive side of the ball, they re-signed Alexander Anzalone, not for a huge deal, but they re-signed him for enough, 3 years, $18 million. Is this telling you that they're going to draft a linebacker with maybe the 18th pick, maybe the 48th pick, and then groom him until he's ready under Anzalone? Because I can't go another year with Anzalone as the starting bank linebacker.
Well, I think he will be the starter this year. I mean, just the Lions and Braylon, I've heard from a lot of fans. Yeah, I've heard from a lot of people on Twitter, email, whatever, who are like, "Oh, that's the one signing. Like, what are they doing? There were all these linebackers out there," and I get that, but Lions coaches do like and appreciate what Anzalone brings to the table, and but to answer your question, yeah, I do think the Lions have to address that at some point, right? And they have 2 young linebackers in Malcolm Rodriguez and Derek Barnes who, might have or could have rotational roles, starting roles even, but they really need a difference maker at that position. And so I think when you look at what the Lions have on their roster right now, like their starting 22 is pretty well set, and that allows Brad Holmes to, best player available at 6 and maybe 18. But if you're really sort of looking down the road and what the Lions need to keep this thing strong for years to come, I think a linebacker is one of those things that would be near the top of the list.
Hey, for coming on, we appreciate it. I got almost a draft question here for you. Now that they signed David Montgomery and you have DeAndre Swift in your backfield, Craig Reynolds, a backup, Jackson is there as well. Are they out on Bijan?
When you said draft, Maz, I thought you were going to ask about Anthony Richardson.
You know what? I'm done.
Be there at 6.
I'm done getting abused, Dave.
Be there at 6.
Dave, I'm done getting abused. I am. I want him, but he ain't coming. What can I tell you?
No, I don't think it takes him out of the mix at all. I mean, look, DeAndre Swift is under contract, but he's under contract for 1 more year, and I would, if I'm guessing right now, I don't think he's back in 2024, right? And Craig Reynolds he was hurt a lot of last year. He didn't play much. I mean, Justin Jackson was their number 3 back. And look, I don't, had they not signed a David Montgomery or a back of that caliber, maybe Bijan would have been in the mix for him at 6. And that's probably too high for a running back in today's, day and age. But he's a really, really good player. And look, if he's there at 18, like, I don't know exactly how the Lions feel, but I'm taking him, and I don't think he makes it to 18.
Ryan Burkett. That's it. Dave Ermanni.
Hey man, great minds, Dave. Great minds.
Forget
buddy.
that.
Right. Great minds.
Look, I'll take the kid, but let's go. Let's pick at 6 right now, Dave. And we hear Jalen Carter might be slipping down. We hear today he had a bad pro day, gained 9 pounds. I blame it on stress eating. I think he'll be fine. I mean, I stress eat my whole life. Nonetheless,
drafted Deshaun Rodgers at 400.
Are you taking him at 6, or is he big baby? What is he? Are you taking him? Are you trading it? What are you doing?
Well, the Lions have 6 weeks from today, I think it is, to find out. Because look, if he's there, I mean, he is what they need. He's just an interior game wrecker, on that defensive line. And he might be the best, most talented player in that draft. But, obviously there are a lot of questions about him, and that's not just about, maybe the weight gain or not doing some of the drills. I mean, a lot of them are legal, just to be frank, regarding what happened in Georgia with the accident that killed one of his teammates. And I know that it's 2 misdemeanors right now, but those are things that the Lions and all NFL teams, have to truly investigate and have to get comfortable with his role in that. Just, I guess, his lifestyle or if he's prone to be involved in any sort of things like that. Look, I think if he, just based on a pure talent and tape standpoint, the guy would be a top 5 pick in the draft, and he wouldn't be there for the Lions. If he's there at 6, it's going to be hard for the Lions to pass up that type of player given where they are. But the only way you can take him is if you've done your homework and you're completely comfortable with everything that comes along with him.
Hey, Dave, I know you're up against it, but I do want to ask you, Alex Anzalone is going to speak momentarily there in Allen Park. I look at Levante David, 1 year, $7 million. David Long from Tennessee goes to Miami, going to be a starting backer there, 2 years, $11 million. Are you surprised that they re-signed Anzalone?
Not surprised that they re-signed him, and obviously he didn't, he's sort of in that, pay range, I guess. I mean, I guess I didn't expect him to be in the market for like a Tremaine Edmonds who got top of the market, linebacker money. Frankly, I think this just came down to like taste and comfortability, because all these linebackers, and there were some pretty good ones that were available, they all got paid in that general sort of, same range. And so the Lions, Anzalone's been with them for a long time, going back to New Orleans with Aaron Glenn, and he's coming off his 2 best seasons. And, certainly if I'm stacking those players, I look at a David Long and I say, I want that guy on my team.
Yeah.
But, I get where the Lions are coming from and sort of, what they're trying to do and how important they think he is. It's just, when you had all these options out here, you better not be wrong. You can't it can't be a season where Anzalone regresses and plays 11 games because of health, and that defense struggles again. Otherwise, people will look at that signing in particular and say, well, man, that's one that we really missed out on.
DB, it must be my birthday because it gave me the last question, so I will make this very, 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 very short for you, my friend. You're seeing Brad Holmes do an amazing job of not spending money. The players that he's gone after, great price points. He's not being cheap, but he's being smart. Is there any concern that he's being a little too chill, too conservative, too cheap? Is there any danger of that, or are you good with what's going on right now?
Yeah, not by me. I mean, I sort of, I know I'm sure I've said this with you guys before. I've certainly written it. Free agency is fool's gold to me. It's good. You can patch some holes, and certainly there are, above average players that make it there, but the real true difference makers just don't make it to free agency. It had like a Daron Payne been there, like I would have thought the Lions should go after that guy. Nice. I think he could be that like interior, game changer that they need. But short of that, like, you weren't going to get a lockdown cornerback in free agency. So the 2 that they got, I like them both. I think Cam Sutton's a good player, and Mosley obviously coming off the injury, but played well for San Francisco. And so I think there's some upside there. I think they plugged some holes. The Lions, did maybe get a little bit out of their comfort zone and sign some of these guys, Anzalone and Sutton in particular, to longer term deals than we've seen them give out. And so there is a small amount of risk there that something happens and all of a sudden you're stuck with some cap charges that you don't want. But by and large, I think Brad has done the right thing and play free agency the safe way, fill some holes, build through the draft, and sort of trust your own evaluation eye when it comes to the draft and getting the players you need that way.
The great Dave Burkett,
yes,
kind enough to join us here on WoodwardSports.com. Alex Anzalone going to speak momentarily. Dave, do you expect anything more, or could you go play that basketball game tonight now? Did Brad Holmes give you any indication?
Well, yesterday was my game's usually on Tuesday, but my daughter had she had confirmation yesterday, so I didn't even make it to play. But I will say, I don't know if he was looking out for me or not. Like we confirmation, went out to dinner, finished dinner, got home, bam, David Montgomery dropped. So, I like to think that even though I didn't text him, he was looking out.
Very thankful. Very thankful. All right, Dave. Thanks so much, my friend.
Dave, appreciate you always.
Check Dave out at thefreepressfreep.com. Subscribe to The Freep. And, of course, check Dave out on Twitter at Dave Burkett. Great stuff. Got to take a break. Come right back when we do. More Lions talk. But first, a message from SMA.
The sports marketing agency spreads awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast is the S word. And the S word stands for stigma. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to destigmatize mental health. We're trying to give you the information that you need. If you or anyone you know needs this information, go to thesportsma.com. Sean Jordan and NFL Alumni Association of Detroit do an amazing job of providing content, conversation, and information. So go there if you or anybody else. thesportsma.com.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Hey, it's Maz for Cousins Made Lobster. They want to thank everyone for all those votes for the Food Truck of the Year. That contest is locked up. Hopefully they're going to be a winner because they are winners. Cousins-Maine-Lobster.com. If you've never had it, you want to click on that QR code right now. It'll take you to their website and their app. Download that app so you can keep track of where Cousins Made Lobster Food Truck is going to be in the Metro Detroit area. The best food that you can get, if you love lobster and you love like lobster bisque, you like clam chowder New England style, anything with lobster, mac and cheese, grilled cheese, they do it all. CousinsMadeLobster.com. Click on that QR code and download that app today.
Guys, we've got over 1,000 live viewers right now. We just need about 498 more thousand to reach what McAfee did earlier today with Aaron Rodgers. That's all we need.
I don't know if there's that many people in Detroit.
But hopefully we are trending in the right direction.
So easy.
Exactly. Go ahead and hit that like button for us as well. Over 1,000 of you on there right now. Thanks so much. We certainly appreciate it here. WoodwardSports.com. Braylon, one of the things that you raised with Dave was Evan Brown.
Yeah.
That feels like what once felt like a guy that was going to go get paid this offseason because the demand was going to be too strong. Feels like with these contracts the Lions have signed, he is well within their range here to come back and be a part of this and be a starter at that right guard position.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy that can play center as well as right guard. It means he can play left guard as well. He played extremely well in 2021, filling in for Frank Ragnar. This guy is probably going to be he might make the most money out of the re-signees for the Detroit Lions. The best thing the Detroit Lions have done in the last 2 years is the offensive line. The offensive line has been the strong point of the team. You want to make sure that it stays intact. You want to make sure that it stays good. And the way to make it stays good, and it actually maybe even takes it to the next level, you re-sign Evan Brown, put him at your right guard. You want to shore up one side at least, because you can't pay every offensive lineman always. You're not going to be able to pay every left tackle and every right tackle and every left guard and right guard and center. So you want to make sure that you at least have one strong side of the ball. And if that side can be Evan Brown and Penei Sewell for years to come, I mean, and that's the move to make. You add David Montgomery. You're focusing on the run game. Teams will always show you what their focus is. The Detroit Lions are focused on defense so far in free agency, and they focused on David Montgomery, and then that means Evan Brown is going to be the next chip to fall.
Hey, look, I'm mad at myself for not asking Dave this.
You can ask me. I can act like Dave Burkett.
Okay.
I can just go sit in my car.
All right,
somewhere.
let's do it. Okay, wait. You're Dave Burkett.
Okay, you got the glasses.
Maz, you ready to get the question?
Yep.
You be Dave Burkett. Okay, ready?
Hey, Dave, Bray, thanks for joining me today.
What's going on,
here.
fellas?
Appreciate it. I know you're busy and all. Darius Slay is going to be released by the Eagles. Yeah, Darius Slay. And the reason being, it's got to be that Matt Patricia is going to be a coach there. I can't think of any other reason that they would let this guy go. All-pro caliber. He's like a captain of your defense. They already paid him, so I don't get this. Yeah, I heard that they dropped a call into the Cowboys even. Do you want this guy? Cowboys signed someone else. Darius Slay. Do you bring him back? Why can't you bring him back to Detroit?
Yeah, Miles. The way I look at it is, Darius Slay, he's a good player. Obviously he's got his little beef with Matt Patricia. That's probably why he's not going to be there. But with Darius Slay, you're talking about a guy that was, he's expensive. And you say, why can't you pay him? Hey, man, you get rid of these guys, and it opens up. You look at Jared Goff with the Detroit Lions. If they would have cut him in January, they would have saved themselves $21 million this year. And it's kind of similar with him. So I think it's the same situation. Somebody will pick his price point up, but nobody was going to sign Darius Slay to what the Philadelphia Eagles paid for him originally. So now you're just waiting for that team that was waiting for this situation to happen. And it's not the Detroit Lions, so don't get too happy there, Maz. But he'll have a team. He'll have a home.
Wow, I still can't believe he's out. Great answer. Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate that, man.
But truly,
I got to get to this press conference. I'll see you guys later.
I can't believe the Super Bowl champions, the Super Bowl runners-up, are letting this guy walk.
But they are, and they're doing that for a reason. Whether it's
reason?
Whether it's Patricia, whether it's an injury, whether it's something they see on film, I don't know. You don't let Darius Slay just freaking walk. You just don't do it. There's got to be some reason. Are you telling me you want Matt Patricia over Darius Slay?
That would be a sin.
I think, and I actually looked this up just to get with you. Think of it from this standpoint. With Darius Slay, everybody's like, how do you let Darius Slay go? Darius Slay is an amazing guy. He's an amazing teammate. He's a leader. He's older now. He's a veteran. He's a guy he Pro Bowl 2 years in a row. I get that. But your team doesn't need Darius Slay to have success if you're Howie Roseman and the Philadelphia Eagles. They got 9 defensive backs on their team right now that can play the game. You got the defensive line. When your defensive line is intact, your secondary don't have to be that good.
They re-signed Bradbury, by the way.
There you go.
I didn't even get to that.
So now you got Bradbury
$38 million.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, they'll probably re-sign him back.
I want him.
You don't need the other two sides of it. When your defensive line is still going to be Brandon Graham re-signed.
Yeah.
You got Jordan Davis is going to be year 2. Now it's time to see what you got. All that stuff you were talking in Georgia, here it is. Let's do it. Their team is still, Robert Quinn is still there.
Linebacker from Georgia.
N'Kobe Dean is not going to be your starting linebacker. So
boy, they're good.
And that's why you don't have to pay Darius Slay. That's why you don't like the things that when we talk about bringing experienced veterans in, Ryan, I throw it to you. The things you talk about Detroit Lions, all right, you want to bring an experienced guy in, a guy that's been to the Super Bowl or been to the playoffs, can bring that veteran leadership in there. He's a damn good player. Like, that's what you say with the Detroit Lions. The Eagles are like, we got all that. We got a million positions that we have that same type of experience and talent at. So he's a great player. He's a great person. But I'm Howie Roseman. I'm not signing him back either.
What's it cost?
It's a business deal.
What's it cost a team to bring him in? How much are the Eagles on the hook for? I guess I got to bring the birthday boy Neil Rule in because he knows this cap better than I do. I just don't get this crap.
If you're Darius Slay, you're looking for what? You're looking what? 15 a year? Somewhere between 13 and 15. If you're Darius Slay, you're looking for between 13 and 15 a year. And if I'm a team not named the Philadelphia Eagles, he's a really good player, but he's getting older. And I'm looking at the defensive line. When your defensive line is as good as Philadelphia Eagles' defensive line was last year, a lot of your coverage sacks. I mean, it's interceptions by rush sacks, etc. So I just know that if I'm a team looking for a defensive cornerback, if my defensive line isn't what the Eagles are, am I still gonna have the same success?
I'm not messing with Howie Roseman either. I mean, he gets rid of.
He is a thief.
Yeah, I mean, he gets rid of veterans, and those veterans usually either get hurt or don't do anything. See your boy Vaitai here in Detroit, and remember Zach Ertz, who was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
Arizona
Cardinals.
Have you heard his name since he got released?
His
in the hospital.
Yeah, right. You know, I mean, come on now. You know,
they're picking in the top 10.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not messing with that. I'm not messing with that guy. Guys, we'll go around the NFL. Lots of big names getting released. Lots of big names moving around. We'll head there next. But first, a message from the Folding Warehouse.
Yes, the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck, Michigan. Get on down there. 2 ways to play. $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation. 10 or 12 people on a lane. 2 hours for $120. Lots to drink. Multiple full bars. Get your fold on at foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir-fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Now is the best time to join Planet Fitness. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. With tons of equipment, a full body workout in a 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. But the best part about all this, you get it all just for $10 a month.
Only $10?
Yes, only $10 a month. Now look, your fitness is essential, and fitness is a key part of your physical and mental well-being. Join Planet Fitness in Club today, or as always, check them out online at planetfitness.com.
All right, guys, hour number 2 of the program. If you're watching on woodwardsports.com, we certainly thank you for doing so. Head to that page, and we would terribly love it. We need your help. There's over 1,000 people watching us right now. If you guys could go to the woodwardsports.com page and fill out our bracket challenge, be a part of our bracket challenge here at Woodward Sports. We would absolutely love you for it.
Win some Lazy Boys. You
can win some money. You can win some Lazy Boys. It won't cost you $1. It doesn't cost anything.
It's free.
It's totally free. So if you could do that, that would be tremendous. We would love you for it. More on that coming up. But yes, just go fill out, be a part of
Michigan
our
won
Gardner
last night.
White Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge.
Did you hear me? Michigan's a winner last night.
80 to
They covered.
80, 70?
Wolverines played
98.
90-80.
Come
Go
on,
blue.
man.
And it's,
Come on.
I did,
NIT.
I did like what Juwan Howard said about that, actually, post-game. He said, we're just playing games. We earned a right into the NIT. That's what we earned this year. We did not earn a berth into the NCAA. We're not going to act like we're better than this tournament. We're not going to act like this is beneath us. This is what we earned, so this is what we're going to take on. And I just love that kind of mindset.
Did you guys watch the first 4 last night?
No.
So Pittsburgh beat Mississippi State.
I did
Good
see,
game.
I did see the 2 guy from
That's
Mississippi
Jeff
State
Capel?
miss a wide open look.
Yes,
To
wide
win.
open, and then a tip in.
Yeah,
Mississippi
and the tip
State.
in,
They had
and
a
missed
shot.
the tip down. Even though the third tip or the second tip was after, he missed too.
I know. And then in the NIT, just for the hell of it, Rutgers lost to Hofstra.
Losing our
I know.
audience
Rutgers
by
was
the-
number
by the
1, by the
hundreds.
way. Rutgers was the number
Just
1 seed.
saying.
They lost by 2 in overtime. It was a great basketball. That's all.
Take us around NFL if we lose the rest of the
Fine.
follow.
All right, let's get back to the NFL.
Thank you, Jesus.
Back to the NFL.
We talked college basketball for 2 minutes, dipped below 1,000.
It did?
Yes, let's go. Let's get back to the NFL. We'll go around the league. Tom Mazawey, some big names getting cut.
Before that, we got to talk to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has told Pat McAfee today, I told the Jets on Friday I was going to be their quarterback. So as for last Friday, Trey Wingo came on yesterday and told everyone it was a done deal. it is a done deal. Except the Packers are talking to the Jets, and like we said, the Packers want a little bit more than they had originally talked to the Jets about. So it's the Jets and Packers that are fighting, not Aaron Rodgers. He went on to say how much he loved Green Bay, how he loved Lambeau and the fans, and how he will always love them. But he kind of also said, I wish the Packer brass would have come to me and told me, yeah, we're going to take Jordan Love, and then come to me about a month ago and say, look, we think we're going to trade you. We want to trade you. Because he said he went into his little dark cave, and when he came out, he had hundreds of text messages from his friends saying, hey,
what friends?
These guys are shopping you. And he was a little upset by that they were shopping him without his knowledge.
I just don't, one, what friends, and two,
well, his players, the people that
I'm sorry, Randall
players
Cobb
that
and Mercedes Lewis,
okay,
yeah,
whoever.
I got those.
If he has two friends,
I just don't understand from Aaron Rodgers. He's upset that he comes out of a darkness retreat. First of all, you sign a 3-year, $150 million deal. What the hell is the need for a darkness retreat to figure out if you still want to play in Green Bay, or you still want to play, or you want to retire? And now all of a sudden you go on this darkness retreat. I'm thinking you locked in $150 million. You told me last year everything was good. In fact, it was on this day last year that he signed a $150 million deal. You told me it was good. We're good. Let's run it back. 3 years, Green Bay, Lambeau Field. Let's see what you got. What can you do? Here we are. We'll do anything you want to do. Now all of a sudden you go on a darkness retreat, and I got to wait for you to come out after 4 days and tell me what your decision is, or are you going to retire now? Yes, I shopped you around. What the hell am I going to do? Sit on my hands and knees? I don't understand Aaron Rodgers.
This guy, when he opens up his mouth,
I'm mad you're shopping me around. I'm mad you drafted Jordan Love. Go kill yourself.
You know, it would not shock
proverbially
me if he went back to Green Bay just to screw Green Bay. You know, it's like what did Vince McMahon say?
Brett screwed Brett.
Yeah. I didn't screw Brett. Brett screwed Brett.
That's BS, by the way.
Aaron Rodgers, I feel, would rather screw Green Bay than win a Super Bowl for the New York Jets. That's just the kind of guy I feel like he is. And as he was going on with McAfee earlier today, and again, we cannot play you any of that audio for YouTube reasons, contractual reasons. But as he was going on, I was like, he has more vitriol for the Packers organization now than he does excitement to join a Super Bowl caliber championship type team in the New York Jets. I cannot figure this guy out. I said weeks ago that I thought it was going to be a done deal. Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. As this thing has gone on, if I'm a Jets fan, if I'm a self-respecting Jets fan, or anybody in that organization, I just lift my head, my palm to my face, and I say, oh, God, no. Oh, dear God, no. What have we gotten ourselves into? It is a miserable experience. I'd have told him to go kick a tire to the curb, or whatever the saying is. This guy is just a narcissist bum. He's a bum.
You're a bum.
He's a bum. Just like Spider Rico.
I liked you better when you were carrying spit.
He's a bum.
You mean Jets fan like myself and Tom Mazawey? Here's the thing with Aaron Rodgers, and I think Maz, when you talked about Aaron being nervous or scared, I think we can wrap this into a couple of different things. I think with Aaron Rodgers from the get-go, this was all like a screw job. Like, I think it was
like the Montreal screw job.
I'm a Bret Hart fan, so I know all about that. Like, yes, I believe this was initially a screw job.
You geeks.
Like, you know what? I know you're not talking. I know you're not talking, Mr. Lucky Strike or Red Strike or whatever. What's your ringtone on your phone? Is it the Kentucky Derby?
It's the Derby.
I rest my case. No, but anyway.
Don't compare wrestling with horse racing, please.
It just, we both have our quirks. We both have our quirks.
Thank you.
I believe it was one of those situations for Jump where it was a screw job. I believe that once he went in there, he was already thinking, like, you know what, like, I'm going to draw this out, play these guys out, whatever, figure out. And then once it started shaping up to the Nathaniel Hackett side, going to the Jets. And then, okay, Jets are interested. Woody Johnson's going to do it. How much can I get the Jets for? Like, how much could I get the Jets to? Let me see what they would be willing to do. And then they did one thing, and then they did another thing, and then they did another thing. And now Aaron's like, You mean to tell me I can get all my guys jobs? I can get Mercedes Lewis a job? I can get Odell Beckham a
Try to
job?
get OBJ
He
a
just
job.
got Alan Lazard pay. I mean, that was a good pickup, but I don't know if the Jets are picking up Alan Lazard if it's not for Aaron Rodgers. Now he's in a situation where he's like, damn, I actually might have to go play in the AFC. I might have to go be in the same conference as Miami Dolphins and Josh Allen with the Buffalo Bills. Shoot, what do I do now? I don't think he wanted to play initially in New York, and I think he's gotten to a point where New York has given him so much. They've bent over backwards so much. Now he feels inclined to play for the New York Jets, and I think it's out of his hands now because it's up to New York and Green Bay to get close. I don't think he ever wanted to play in New York. I just think now because they gave so much, he's in a position where he's like, S-H-I-T, I have to play. I don't think he wanted to play in New York.
I think he's going to be, if he gives it his all, he will have the time of his life.
That's a big if.
If he gives it his all, and if he gives it his all,
right,
he will love to play in New York and New Jersey. He will love it. It's a great place to live. It's a phenomenal. I know you're going to pay a little bit more tax than you're paying in Wisconsin.
Park. I love it.
I'm just telling you, man. You will own it if you play good in the Apple.
Yeah,
you got it, man. Joe Namath is willing to give you his number. Please don't take it, by the way. Please don't take Joe Namath's number.
Here's the big if thing, man. Like, this is the problem with if. There's other side to if as well. 2 years ago, Aaron Rodgers had Devontae Adams, Alan Lazard, who just got paid. He had Aaron Jones. He had what's your favorite running back?
Well, I love Aaron Jones.
What's the other one?
I always forget his name.
I do too. From out of Boston College.
Yes,
man, it'll come to me. He had him. Like, he had a good offensive line. The defense was pretty good at the time. Did not work. Didn't do anything after the first quarter in that game. The year before that, he had Devontae Adams. He had an amazing team, amazing squad, 13-3. Couldn't win at Lambeau 2 years in a row in the NFC Championship. That was 2 and 3 years ago. Now you're talking about 3 years later, after having his worst season ever, he's going to go to a new team with young players and bring in some of his older guys that will, help the locker room a little bit, show him how to do stuff. And he's just automatically, he may not win the division match. He's in the same division as Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins and everything that they've been doing, Nick Chubb, Jalen Ramsey, Tyreek Hill, and he's also in the same division as Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. It's not a foregone conclusion.
We've come to the time of the show. I want to open up the phone lines. If we could, 313-552-6322, 313-552-6322. Anything you want to talk about, Detroit Lions related, Aaron Rodgers related, and if nothing else, guys, you come to the realization that Aaron Rodgers is now going to the AFC. And I mean this in all sincerity. Aside from Jalen Hurts, is Jared Goff the second best quarterback in the NFC? Which quarterback in the NFC, aside from Jalen Hurts, would you choose over Jared Goff for the 2023 season? Would love for you to give me that answer next, but first a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. Les Stanford has expanded into Ferndale, a trusted name for over 50 years. Les Stanford Buick GMC, same great service that customers have come to know. You can check them out on 9 Mile, on Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. That's Woodward, just south of 9 Mile. Of course, if you're looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, Les Stanford in Dearborn, standing tall for over 50 years. Chevy or Cadillac, you can find the brand you want under one umbrella. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Find new road.
Find them.
Hey. You see me enjoying this recliner? A lazy boy recliner, that is? Oh, man. We are trying to hook you up with a couple of these for your home Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge. And also, maybe $1,000 too. Sound bad, right? Got couch like this, some chips, $1,000, couple lazy boys, huh? Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge, man. Join us today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
At Alta, uptime matters.
It matters.
At Alta Equipment, everything you need, they have it. They have everything you need to get the job done. You know what? You give them a call today. If you have a big project coming up, give Alta Rental a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Hey, I mentioned earlier, before I get to the NFC and before I get to the phone calls, I did say some big names are on the cut list. They're getting released. Tom Mazawey, you got that update?
I do. We mentioned one, and that's Darius Slay. The Eagles are letting him go, and Ezekiel Elliott being released from the Dallas Cowboys. You kind of saw this coming, guys. He just doesn't have it anymore. He's done.
Too much tread on the tire there.
He's done. He took a beating. He was great. He was like a flash in the pan. I just don't see any other.
Who's a running back?
I don't see any other.
Zeke without Pollard?
I don't see any other team giving him a shot. I just don't.
Chargers.
Well, they do have
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore is their offensive coordinator. I don't know. What I saw out of Zeke is he just don't have it anymore.
You say he's a flash in the pan?
Yeah.
Man, it's like, I don't know about flash in the pan. I think you might choose your words a little better. I mean, Zeke got drafted in 2015, I do believe. No, he came back to 15 season at Ohio State. He got drafted in 16. His first year in the league, he rushed for, 1,600 yards. He was over 2,000 yards from scrimmage. They went to the second round of the playoffs, and I think they eventually lost to the Green Bay Packers. He had 1,400 the next year. He had, 1,200?
He had 5 good years.
He had a couple injuries. He's a running back. I mean.
Okay, but he had 5 good years. I liked him. I'm not choosing. If I choose the wrong words, I choose the wrong words. So he's looking.
2016.
Yeah,
2016. Yeah,
he's looking for a new team, and I don't think he's getting it.
Wow, 1,600 yards, 1,400 yards, 1,300 yards, 1,000 yards. He's a really good player for run. I mean, that's
thank you. That's not flash.
That's pretty incredible.
That's pretty good for us.
Todd Gurley, same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Todd Gurley got 72 touchdowns. Like, that's not flash in the pants. 72 touchdowns in NFL is not flash in the pants.
Todd Gurley and 68 touchdowns for Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah. I mean, it. To Maz's point, the way in which where they got
actually,
how fast they came down, 80. Todd Gurley,
Todd Gurley was for Zeke, 68 and 12.
So I was just saying, I wasn't flash in the pants, but to Maz's point, man, like once it ends quick, and it doesn't. It does not come back the opposite way.
It has not ended for Baker Mayfield though. He's going to get a starting gig, $8.5 million. He signs. Going to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They know what they're doing.
Tampa Bay brings him in.
Yeah, I told you what they're doing.
Organically tanking.
Yes.
Which is why, remember when we said there was one coach that didn't get fired that should have been, well, technically it was
Todd
2
Bowles.
coaches. Todd Bowles. Now you see why Todd Bowles didn't get fired. No, we're going to keep you.
I
we're
wish.
Organically tanking. We're bringing, I was going to say Buda Baker. I wish you had Buda Baker. You're bringing in Baker Mayfield.
Just to get Todd Bowles fired.
So what did I tell you about Mike Evans? If you try to present this to me, I'm be like,
oh my God,
I know what you're doing.
So funny.
This is called organic tanking at its finest.
I will tell you this.
Great.
I always thought the best spot for him would have been as the backup for the Rams or go to San Francisco. Yeah. I guess San Francisco didn't want to pay that much, so they signed Sam Darnold. So that leaves him with the Buccaneers. I think it's a horrible spot for him to be in. He's got bad coaching, like you said. I would not have signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers if I were him. I know you got 2 really good receivers.
Yeah.
Injured, but good. But that's it.
If I'm not even that.
He has no running game.
I understand the move from the 49ers to take Sam Darnold versus Baker Mayfield. The reason why, Sam Darnold shows at times in Carolina he can be decent with the right things around him. I think he's played much better in Carolina than he did for the New York Jets. You don't have to mess the system up with the 49ers, and he's a quarterback, and he'll gladly hand the ball off to CMC. He'll gladly let Deebo Samuel do whatever trick play you want to run, and then he'll find the right plays as well. Plus, he can move a little bit. You put Baker Mayfield at the 49ers, Baker Mayfield is going to think he's back in Oklahoma again and doing what he want to do, and he will ruin what they have. Sam Darnold's a better sign than Baker Mayfield.
Another guy that's probably seeing his best days is a guy I loved. I loved Matt Ryan. Matty Ice released yesterday after 1 year with the Colts. I think he's just beaten up. I don't know what he's got left. I just think I thought he was on the trajectory to make the Hall of Fame at one point.
At one point, perhaps, but the game against New England broke him.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault, though.
Well,
he got him a 28-3 lead.
One of the biggest things about Matty Ice, now I'll make it short and sweet, is when you look back at that talent, he was drafted in 08, I do believe. So you're looking from 08 to the Super Bowl they made was 16 or 17, I think it was 17. Like, they had talent on that roster. Every year, man, in my line, you look at the Falcons roster and be like, oh, my God, you got this guy, you got Julio, you got these guys, you got Devontae Freeman, and they just never could get it to work. And I think that'll be his downfall, is all that talent they had on those Falcons rosters never got to work.
Let me go to the phone lines, bring in Detroit G, who's been waiting patiently. Detroit G, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for the call. If you want to join us, 313-552-6322.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
You?
So I wanted to talk about the NFC quarterbacks right now.
Sure.
And I was just looking at everybody, and bro, for the price right now that we have Goff at, compared to like everybody else, I would rather have Goff than any other quarterback in the NFC right now. Honestly,
minus Jalen Hurts, right?
Well, yeah, minus Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. I just wanted to clarify.
And like, I'm even putting Stafford in there too, because like Stafford's like broken in half right now. Like, I wouldn't even take him back.
Totally.
You'd rather have Goff than Justin Fields?
Bro, that's not even a question.
I think it is. I think
that's not even a question.
He's a rookie.
Well, no, he's saying yes.
Fields.
I know.
Yeah. Don't you want Goff over Fields?
Third year.
No, I'd rather have Fields.
Oh, yeah. 10 times out of 10 right now.
You take
for where the lines are at. Yeah. I mean, for what they've built, yeah. But I mean, further down the line, I would take a quarterback like Fields.
See, I appreciate that, Detroit G, because I'll tell you this much: for the 2023 season, would I rather have Fields long term? Absolutely. But I'm talking about for next season, for the way this team is built. Name me a quarterback in the NFC that you would rather have outside of Jalen Hurts. That Derek Carr potentially. Would you
Not
rather
even nope.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
Hell no. Hell no.
I'm with Detroit German on that one. I can't stand Dak Prescott.
So
I don't see anybody. Even like if Tom Brady was still in the NFC, I wouldn't even take him.
Yeah, don't get crazy now.
No, Kirk Cousins. No.
Kirk Cousins.
No.
I'm joking.
How about Baker?
I wouldn't even take Aaron Rodgers right now.
Oh God.
And he's still technically in the NFC. So I wouldn't even take him.
You got to go now, Jerm.
I'm saying like for real.
Jerm, you got to go.
You guys, boy.
I'm not wrong.
You got to go, Jerm.
I don't want any part of Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, good looking out. Much love to you guys.
You got it, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
I've done some lobbying on behalf of Jared Goff in the last 2 weeks. I think he earned last year, and he earned a lot of respect from Detroit fans. Now, what he did, the way in which he was able to play behind that line, I mean, he really picked some teams apart. Don't go getting crazy now. Don't go getting crazy.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to take a break.
Don't go getting
I'm going to come
crazy.
right back, and I'm going to do a Jared Goff or segment.
Okay.
Jared Goff or.
I'm with that.
That's the name of the segment.
Okay.
Jared Goff or. We'll do it next, but first a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for
I'll
Men.
take Becca
Lady
over
Jane's,
Jared Goff.
An award-winning haircut experience, and register for a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Woodward Sports, it has their second year in a row. We are our bracket challenge. You got to get on board. First place, man. First of all, do you have a bracket? Do you think that you can put the winning bracket out? Well, if you do, check this out. List of prizes. First place, $1,000 and 2 Lazy Boy recliners. That is not one, but 2 Lazy Boy recliners. Second place, $500 and a Lazy Boy. You get $500, you get some cash, and you get a Lazy Boy as well. And third place, you get 1 Lazy Boy. Even third place, you get a chance to receive a Lazy Boy from Gardner White. And Gardner White's great working with them. Their showroom is amazing. The Lazy Boys are off the chain, ladies and gentlemen. But if you get that good bracket, if you don't have to have a perfect bracket, you just got to have the best bracket. So if that's you, go to WoodwardSportsBracket.com. Once again, that's WoodwardSportsBracket.com. And if you got that bracket, you will get one of these amazing 3 prizes.
UConn's going to win it all, by the way. I'm just saying that right now to
Kansas or Duke.
I got them in my Sweet 16. I got them in the Final Four on one of them. But they're not going to win.
Very good.
Kansas or Duke.
By the way, before you play your little game, Goff or Andy Dalton or Goff. Andy Dalton got a new deal, by the way.
I know. He's one of my guys. Andy Dalton.
He's with the Carolina Panthers.
And if
2 years, $10 million for the Red Rifle.
Okay, so you know what, Tom Mazawey, in honor of Andy Dalton, if you go to the Carolina Panthers website right now and click on depth chart, Andy Dalton is the starter right now for the Carolina Panthers. So as we begin Jared Goff or
contract max.
Game.
Contract max is potentially worth $17 million.
Here you go, Jared Goff or. You ready?
Yeah.
You tell me if you'd rather have Jared Goff or the other quarterback I name. Are you ready?
Ready.
Jared Goff or Andy Dalton.
Goff.
Goff, yeah, of course.
Goff.
Andy Dolph.
Andy Dalton's been more Pro Bowls, though.
Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield.
Jared Goff, yeah, of course.
Jared Goff or Derek Carr.
Goff. I don't like Carr. Nice guy, though.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
I'm taking Carr.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking
Fair enough. This is an opinion. This is an opinion-based segment.
Nobody had anything nice to say about Jared Goff after last season.
The more information you have about something, the better informed your opinion can be about it.
I had 7 seasons of information about Jared Goff.
I'm looking forward to the 2023 season, not 2017.
Oh, excuse the hell out of
me. You didn't ask me about Baker, by the way. You just
Jared Goff.
You skipped right over me.
Well, I know. Jared Goff or Desmond Ridder.
Come on.
What are we doing? Jared Goff.
I'm going through every NFC team.
Go ahead.
Jared Goff or Trey Lance.
The more information you have.
Right now, I got to go with Goff.
Right now, you got to go with Goff.
Yeah, of course. Right
how about Jared Goff or Geno Smith?
Jared Goff.
Geno beat
Even
Jared.
though Geno beat him.
Geno beat Jared. I'm going with Geno.
Geno beat.
Because you told me going into this year, correct?
Hey, man. I said in 2023, which quarterback would you rather have?
Geno
quarterback in the Lions.
He beat the Lions defense. He didn't beat Jared Goff.
His job is to beat the Lions
Jared
defense.
Goff put 45 points up against him.
Well, he put 48 up.
I know.
Jared Goff or Matt Stafford?
Jared Goff.
Stafford. Easy.
I'd rather have Jared Goff.
You're crazy.
I have yet to answer one person I'd rather have.
You're absolutely crazy.
He's broke.
You're crazy.
He's broke.
No, he's not.
To the point where the Rams are trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, because they owe him too much money. They sold their soul to the devil to win the Super Bowl.
Technically,
it's time to pay. They're paying.
Technically, they didn't pay him till after the Super Bowl win, so that's their fault.
Jared Goff or Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
I'm taking Goff.
Don't ask me the question.
You want to ask
me crazy.
Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray.
You want a quarterback that's broke. It's Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
His system's broke. We all talk about how bad the Bidwells are and the Cardinals are. We dog the Cardinals organization out all the time. Now all of a sudden it's about Kyler. It was like, oh man, he's
Kingsbury
terrible.
was the offensive genius.
Hey man,
No, he's not.
They even make their players pay for dinners.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm going with Kyler
But I'm
Murray.
still going with
It's a new
Goff.
situation.
You know what I found out today? The Yankees make their players pay for Wi-Fi.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding?
Before the season starts.
No. Like on a plane or whatever, they're paying for Wi-Fi.
Jared Goff or Justin Fields?
Fields.
For next season.
Fields.
For this coming season.
Fields.
Jared
You give
Goff.
Field- you give
did you
Field-
answer that?
You give Fields that line?
You didn't answer it yet.
I did Fields.
Jared Goff or Jordan Love?
We don't know anything about Love yet, so you got to take Goff.
Jared Goff or Kirk Cousins?
Ooh, this is where
This is not interesting.
This is where it gets hairy. I'm going Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
I'm taking Cousins.
You taking
Oh my
Kirk?
God, you've taken everybody over Goff.
Yeah.
Jared Goff or Sam Howell?
Goff.
Don't you dare look up at the sky like that.
Hey man,
Like
I
you're
heard
trying
they
to
love
think.
Sam. They heard Sam Howell. I mean, they love Sam Howell.
Like
and
you're
watch
trying to think about something.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff or
I gotta add some drama. You know.
Danny Dimes?
Ooh, Danny Nichols.
I'll take Jared Goff.
Danny Pennies?
I'm trying to tell you. How many touchdowns he threw for last year? 2?
Danny Dimes?
Nah, he threw for 15.
He threw enough to get a new contract.
Well, you know why he got the new contract? It has nothing to do. Well, he didn't throw any
15
interceptions.
touchdowns, 5
exactly.
interceptions.
In 17 games, by the way. That's
Yeah.
less than a touchdown.
29 touchdowns for Jared
He had
Goff.
Saquon Barkley.
Reason why he got another deal is because he reminds the Mara family of who? Eli Manning. I guarantee you that was an owner pay and not the Brian Daboll pay. Because Brian Daboll, when he got in there last year, he didn't.
Eli's never moved like Danny Dimes.
Jared
Very
Goff
but
or
he's
Danny
quiet,
Dimes?
looks the same, looks similar, same haircut, doesn't do a lot, not high maintenance. Jared Goff.
Jared Goff or Dak Prescott?
Here's where it gets interesting. Dak Prescott should be a better quarterback, but I'm going with Jared Goff. Like Dak Prescott, like he's been here since 2016, and you don't have a Dak Prescott moment. You got some wins. I mean, you got a game. I think he threw 6 touchdowns. You got some stats. But you don't have that moment.
I'll take Goff as well.
You don't have that moment.
So, Braylon, you've got Hurts, Fields, Geno, Kyler Murray over Goff. So you've got Goff as the 5th best quarterback in the NFC.
Yeah, I think he's a 4th. I think he's better than Kyler Murray, but I like what Kyler Murray brings to the table more, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
He had a better season last year, just like you said. He had a better season. He had better chemistry. He had better, you give Kyler Murray that same chemistry, consistency, offensive line, run play, coaching, grit, swag, status.
So 4th or 5th best quarterback. Maz has Hurts,
Suffield,
Hurts, Fields,
Blau,
Cousins, Mayfield, Dalton,
Curtis Mayfield.
No, I didn't take
Geno,
Dalton. I didn't take Dalton.
Trey,
I didn't take Dalton.
Stafford, and all these
You're wrong.
guys better
Clown
than
emoji.
Jared Goff.
Come on.
I got Stafford, Fields, Cousins, obviously Jalen Hurts.
So you've got him as like the 5th or 5th
yeah.
best quarterback.
5th or
of the
6th.
I've got him as the 2nd best.
Stafford is in year 15 this season. Didn't play last year because he was banged
Listen,
up.
Braylon, come on, man. You're smart.
Matt,
You're smart, man.
Maz.
If Matthew Stafford's the quarterback of the Lions right now, you're in better shape than if Jared Goff.
Maz,
I disagree.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why is it when it comes to your particular quarterbacks, why do you get sensitive and upset? Like, you just jumped down my throat because it was Matt Stafford. Damn, is he your godson? Jesus Christ. He's played 15 years. How many times did Matt Stafford get hurt in Detroit? A lot. My first memory of Matt Stafford is the collarbone when he threw the touchdown. He was injured all last year.
He played the next week.
He did. And to his detriment, this is 15 years later, and I remember that. I'm
good.
taking Jared Goff. He's
Good.
26.
You can have Jared Goff, and I'll take Stafford.
Jared's 26, 27.
I'll
Goff,
see ya.
Stafford didn't play last year. He's 35.
I'll see you, man. I'll be in the Super Bowl.
You're going to be at the hospital watching the Super Bowl with Stafford.
Poor Stafford.
He got a Super Bowl
Honestly,
ring. What do you mean, poor Stafford?
Let me ask the chat. Oh, you guys really take a Goff over Stafford
Yes.
They're gonna
right
take
now?
Yes.
They would take
This
Goff
year,
over
yes.
Josh Allen right now.
Yes, right now I'm taking Jared Goff over Matt
Out of
Stafford.
your mind.
Matt Stafford hasn't played a year. He's broken. Do you think Sean
Listen, man, he had
Let
a
me
half
ask
a
you
year.
this question,
He had a
Maz.
half a year off last year. He'll come back this year healthy.
Maz, let me ask you this question. Do you think Sean McVay is not interested in any rebuild whatsoever? Sean McVay is interested in trying to win the NFC West division. If he believes he could do that with Matthew Stafford, I guarantee you Matthew Stafford would not be on the trading block. They're shopping Matthew Stafford for a reason. They know that he's not healthy. And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know about the cap situation. I'd have to call Dr. Neil Rule because you need a doctorate to figure out the cap situation in the NFL. I'd have to call Neil Rule about that.
Oh, shout out to Neil Rule. It's his birthday.
And happy birthday, Neil Rule. But
Big D energy.
I mean, if they could release him, they'd release him. You ain't releasing a Hall of Fame type quarterback if you think you could get one more run out of him. You think Aaron Donald is coming back for a rebuild? He ain't coming back for a rebuild. He's coming back because they think they can make another run in the AFC West or NFC West.
I just think the big thing when you talk about Matt Stafford right now, 15 years, and you saw he did last year, let's just not even talk about all the other injuries. Just look at where he was with the Rams the first year there. Started off pretty good, but then Matt Stafford started to turn into Matt Stafford towards the end of that season. He was about to lose to Russell Wilson before Russell Wilson got hurt. He throws, how many interceptions did he throw in December? Odell Beckham saved that season for Matt Stafford. Because if Odell Beckham never joined that team, wouldn't be having this conversation at all.
Kerryon Johnson hates Matt Patricia. We'll get into that story next.
Wait in line.
But first, a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
Yes, sir. If you join the Pepper Club, you're going to be in good shape because they beat all competitors by $5 on unlimited tanning. Plus, you know it, you get the cleanest salons in the D, and there are many of them here in the Metro Detroit area. 27 and locations and still building. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters, chilipepperstanning.com.
Hey there, Braylon Edwards, your favorite Wolverine here at Gardner White, the only local Michigan Detroit furniture store. I can see a couple of these in the house. Woodward Sports, bracket challenge. $1,000 cash too. Is that in here? It may not be in here, but you can find it at woodwardsports.com. Sign up today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Is the official energy drink of WoodwardSports.com as well as the Detroit Red Wings. And now, for a limited time, they have an exclusive offer for all Woodward Sports fans. That's right. Limited edition Red Wings 6-pack, only $15, and it includes free shipping and handling. Check it out, man. Citron is suitable for vegans. It's gluten-free. It's a smooth drink. Why not get it? Drink it. Live it with Citron.
Oh, Maz getting some love in the chat. Jason says, Maz, I'm with you.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of hate. More hate than love.
I was trying to help you out.
These
there,
people
big guy.
just love Goff. I don't know what he did. What did he? I don't get it. What did he take you guys all on vacation? I just don't get it. What the F are you looking at?
I love it. Hey, man, I want Anthony Richardson, okay?
Yeah.
I want Anthony Richardson.
I want any rookie quarterback that you could get. That's what I want.
I
really don't know what you guys are looking at. I mean, Jesus, what are you? What do you like in him so much?
30 touchdowns,
He had a
400
good
yards,
year.
10 interceptions.
He had a good year. Look at his entire career.
Oh, God.
Now all of a sudden, it's looking at his entire career.
Well, how else do you look at a quarterback?
That was me and Ryan were getting into it. Now it was different. At the end of the day,
so great.
It's young. You said look at his whole career. In that case, Jared Goff's 7 years is way better than Matt Stafford's 15.
Oh my God, this is great. Guys, let me move on from this. I don't know if anybody's paid attention to Kerryon Johnson.
I have.
Twitter.
But Kerryon Johnson hates Matt Patricia. And it's no secret as to why Darius Slay perhaps potentially now is out of Philadelphia. If Matt Patricia is going to be a coach there defensively for Philadelphia, Darius Slay wants no part of him. This is Kerryon Johnson, former running back. One of the questions to him was, how come you never went back to playing? And Kerryon Johnson said, because playing for a military general left me down 2 knees and a neck. And then Darius Slay just 4 minutes ago quote tweeted Kerryon Johnson with the laughing emojis, which I'm not sure he's laughing at the fact that Kerryon Johnson's career was ended. But
who caused it?
Yeah. But there's no, it's undeniable who caused it and how tragic it was to play for that man. Like what he did to the players. That decision to hire Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn set this organization back a decade.
Some coaches just don't get it, and I've talked about this before. Eric Mangini is one of the smartest minds that I've ever met. In fact, I believe he and Belichick is the reason why he's a Belichick disciple. Like Eric Mangini's mind is sharp. He knows the game of football. He knows offense, defense, X's, O's, inside, outside. Knows his stuff. One-on-one, he was a great mentor as well. He's a great coach. He's able to talk to players. But when he got out there on the football field, like what he recommended out of guys, the things they had us doing tackling drills, like wide receivers were tackling on special teams, like during OTAs, during minicamp. Like I ain't played special teams in high school. And you got me out here tackling guys in practice. Guys were getting injured. Guys were pulling hamstrings in certain drills. I saw a guy tear his ACL during a training camp drill that he did. This was no place for this type of stuff. There was no place for this type of stuff. So I understand when you get Kerryon Johnson talk about, hey, man, because of this guy, I was down 2 knees and a neck. That's a real deal. A lot of guys got hurt when Eric Mangini was with the Cleveland Browns. He's a great, great, great knowledgeable guy. The stuff he had guys doing, it was just no need for it. He lost a lot of players.
Patricia's got to have pictures of every coach and general manager in bad positions right now, because I don't see how this guy is still working. He's a rocket scientist. Just stick with rocket scientist then, because you're not a good coach. You're not. But he's getting hired because it's the good old boy network.
There you go.
So the good old boy network, if he winds up in Philadelphia, that's the reason that Darius Slay is not there. That would be a joke, and that would be a bad hit on that Eagles franchise, if you ask me, if you pick Patricia over Slay. That's all I got to say.
The Good Old Boys Network is real, and I'll throw it back to you, Ryan. The Good Old Boys Network is real. I just remember Brian Schottenheimer was my offensive coordinator. Like he's a big turd.
Yeah.
Like 2 back-to-back AFC championships.
Great calling, great play calling.
Thank you, thank you, man. It was 14 against the 11 against the Steelers, and 20 against the Indianapolis Colts. We didn't score the second half against the Indianapolis Colts, but this guy keeps an offensive coordinating job. He was with Seattle for some years after that. I just don't get it sometimes.
He's got the name. That's why.
His dad got fired. Yeah. Like, even his dad got let go, man. Like, it's just
Marty Schottenheimer was a great coach.
Marty Schottenheimer went 14-2 and got fired.
Yeah,
14-2 and got fired.
Just couldn't win the big one.
Mm-hmm. No.
You know, I feel bad for guys like that too, because when you work your whole life, and you'd be able to speak to this, when you work your whole life to get to the NFL or to realize your dreams of playing professional football, and you get to a place that's not going to take care of you, man, that's a really tough pill to swallow. It's just a really hard existence to understand how or why somebody that's supposed to care about you or supposed to want to win with you, that just doesn't understand how to do it. It really doesn't care about you as a person. When you are under that kind of regime or organization, boy, it just feels got to be like a prison a little bit. And just as a dichotomy to that, what they have now, when you hear John Kaminsky earlier in the show, we played that clip for you.
Yeah.
You can rewind it. It happened in the about 15 minutes into the show today. John Kaminsky talking about the culture, the family atmosphere, just two different organizations, the Lions now and the Lions then, and we like this one better.
100%. I had a lot of friends that played with the Lions when I was playing for Cleveland, or when I was early in the league, or when Detroit was in their down years, there were some very ugly years, the 2016 year, the years before that. I mean, guys, they just couldn't wait to get out of practice. Like, you see a guy like Mike Williams talking about eat yourself out of house and home. Like, Mike Williams, all he did was eat. Like, legitimately, I mean, I'm not making excuses for him. But when you come here, you got guys just that are disassociated. They don't want to be a part of it. Like, you just, like, what are we really doing? You're wasting time. Like, that's what I used to always look at in Cleveland. It's like, I only have 12 years of this, 10 years of this. Here's another year wasted. Here's another year wasted with Maurice Carthon or Jeff Davison or who the hell you want to make offensive coordinator. Here's another year wasted. It was so horrible in Cleveland. Oh, staph infection. Guess what? I would have guessed that. I got that here. When I got to the Jets, Ryan, you introduced a different organization, a different way of thinking, and it looked different on the outside. I wanted to do anything in my power to play for the Jets. That's why Bart always cracks the joke. Like, I was out there diving for passes in my first 2 practices with the Jets. I was like, no, don't ever send me back to Cleveland. But that's a real thing. When you've seen the worst, you really appreciate the best.
Isn't it something, though, too, like, there's only 32 teams. There's only 32 of these organizations. Isn't it something that a guy like Matt Patricia could get one of those jobs? Or even Bob Quinn, how he could get one of those jobs. You look at the failure rate and all the turnover and all the good people. There's so many good people out there, so many good coaches out there. There's plenty of good hires out there. How you could get it so wrong, how you could be such a bad person and such a bad manager to fool your way all the way into getting one of the hardest jobs in the history of this country, to be an NFL head football coach. How do you fool your way to the top like that?
Because he's defensive coordinator for the Patriots, who are synonymous with winning, and their coach is the greatest coach of all time.
Well,
if you
he's
believe,
up there.
I said, if you let me finish. If you believe championships over actual, see, I got you. Who's your number one? Parcells, right?
Thank you.
Exactly, Parcells.
Well,
but
Vince Lombardi.
okay, I'll give you that. VL, Shula, I give you Tom.
Those guys.
Okay,
Tom
for sure.
Landry.
But that's how you fool somebody. Am I correct, Miles? You like, he's under Bill Belichick. It's the Patriots.
Not everybody's tree works.
It's the Patriots way.
Yeah, not everybody's tree works. The Patriots won all those Super Bowls. And look, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We all know it. It's Tom Brady. And Bill Belichick sure helped. He sure helped.
Yeah.
But the guys under him, I think they were less than good. Less than what people are painting them out to be. I don't know how these Patriot coaches are still getting gigs. They don't work out. The only one guy works out, and it's the hoodie. That's it. The hoodie's the only guy for the Patriots that works out. Now Bill O'Brien's going to get another chance at offensive coordinator. Let's see. You don't have Brady there to be an offensive coordinator for. You got Mac Jones. I wish you the best of luck. You don't have a lot of talent. They did just sign, or they're going to sign Juju Smith-Schuster, by the way, 3 years, $33 million. The Patriots are finally going to sign a wide receiver. Good luck to you, Juju. You stink as well.
Where's Billy O been for the last couple of years being offensive coordinator? He's been in Alabama.
Yep.
Who was there 2 years ago in Alabama? Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Mac Jones and Billy O are going to be up to something. I think this is good for.
I like Mac.
I like Mac Jones. I don't like him as a great quarterback. I like him for what he is. I believe that his first year, I think we kind of saw about his ceiling. Like, I think he has a little bit more maybe, but that's pretty much a ceiling. But with Billy O, I think he's a much better quarterback than he was last year. Because you talk about wasting time. What they did for Mac Jones last year, Ryan and Monty, was that not wasting time?
Terribly.
They just wasted 365 days in 1 year of his career last year.
They sure did.
Why does Aaron Rodgers hate Adam Schefter? We'll get to that next. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. It's a new year. Guardian Alarm offers you a customized solution from real experts. They've got 24/7 professional monitoring, and they've got technology backed by people. Professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know that Guardian Alarm's team, a member there, will stay on the phone with you as long as you need, and your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work by people who are proven to care. Call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
That number again, 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today, right now. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Get out. Braylon Edwards here, Michigan Wolverine. Your favorite Wolverine, by the way. I'm here at Gardner White, the only local Michigan furniture store. You got to come check them out. Lazy Boy, that's my section. They were nice. It's perfect timing for that WoodwardSports.com bracket challenge. A couple of these. Ooh, how good are you? Do you think your bracket's going to be the best? Well, if you think you got the best bracket in Detroit, go to WoodwardSports.com and sign up for the bracket challenge now. Because you know what you can get? $1,000 cash and a couple of these chairs for the crib. WoodwardSports.com. Sign up for the bracket challenge.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Hey, it's Maz for Big Boy. You know what week it is. You know what time
Big
it is.
Jim.
It's Seafood Fest time at Big Boy. Catch it while you can, especially right here in, of course, the Easter season, the Lenten season. Some favorites during Lent, the shrimp Alfredo, the shrimp stir fry, and the new fish sandwich. Catch it all at Big Boy. And, of course, on Fridays, it's the all-you-can-eat fish fry buffet for everybody except Matt Patricia at Big Boy.
Yeah, you stay out.
Stay out, Matt Patricia.
Stay out, man.
Hey, want to thank everybody who voted in our poll. Just about 200
Yeah,
votes.
I want to thank everybody.
Great job, man. Great participation today.
Thanks a lot.
Unbelievable.
Don't be like that, man.
This is incredible stuff, guys. Would you rather have Goff or Stafford right now for next season? 72% of you say Jared Goff. 17% say clown emoji for Maz. And 9% say Matt
I can't believe
Stafford.
clown emoji
Just about
beat
200 people voted.
How can
in that
clown
poll.
emoji beat Stafford?
I just think when Detroit Lions fans think about Stafford, I think it's easy for them now to forget about the Super Bowl. Because last year, he gets banged up. He essentially misses half the season. And in his last couple years of the Detroit Lions, I think that's what Lions fans are looking at. They're looking at the last 2 years with the Lions. They're looking at this past year. And they're looking at what Jared Goff was this year. I mean, we really ran Jared through the rigmarole all last year, like how he played 3-13-1, and oh, here we go. He has no confidence. He had bodyguards up in Birmingham of all places. Well, he responded with 4,800 yards, 30 touchdowns, damn near 10 interceptions. So that's how you respond.
Hey,
So-
guys, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers earlier in the show. He sent a message to Adam Schefter. Do we have that?
Is that another friend of his?
Oh, my gosh. So this was the text message. Lose my number. Good try, though.
Oh, wow.
Aaron Rodgers. Good try, though.
What the hell did you just say?
I'm surprised that Adam Schefter only had 4 text messages.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you can tell how many text messages they have on
That's on that one
phone.
On that one Vine,
Oh, yeah.
maybe. He probably has 6 phones, Adam Schefter.
Unbelievable. What do you think of that? Adam Schefter
I'm all for it.
sending a text message to Aaron Rodgers. Lose my number.
I'm for it. Listen, man, as a Michigan guy, a lot of times people don't think you can say things against Michigan people. Well, I beg to disagree. Adam Schefter is a guy, man. He's been breaking false news a little bit over the past year. Like, he's always trying to hit the point home for himself. He doesn't really care about anybody not named Adam Schefter. So I think, Aaron's like, yo, F this guy. But if I was Adam Schefter, I'd be like, F you too. You're the same.
I'm getting paid.
Both suck.
No, Adam Schefter's still going to be kissing his ass because there's going to be a lot more news coming out with Aaron Rodgers here.
Wow.
Still, the Jets and Packers trying to work out compensation. I don't know what it's going to take, man. But he did tell Pat McAfee in the world, as far as going to the Jets, I told him on Friday I'm on board. Now it's up to
Trey Wingo.
See what they can do. Trey Wingo, hats off to you. I texted Trey, by the way. He didn't write me back.
Oh, what a dick!
He used to write me back
Fletch,
right away.
What do you got, Fletch?
I wanted to show you guys something. I think the chat will like this. So here's Maz, and then this is Maz when he talks about staffing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
That's
Fletch.
great, dude.
I like that kind of.
That is fantastic.
Hides my triple chins.
Oh my gosh!
It looks
that
like the
great
clown
or what?
from I don't know who has kids out there who was young at the time. It looks like the clown from Pokemon. Like whatever Pokemon it was that had a clown.
Mr. Mime.
Was it one that had
Mr. Mime.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God!
It looks like him.
Unbelievable,
Keep
man.
that on me the whole show, one guy wrote in. That's nice. Thank you.
If you can get it where it talks with like the mouth moves. He says.
That'll be my bobblehead.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Hey guys, as we get close to the end of the show here, again, I want to remind everybody: if you have not yet, please go to woodwardsports.com and fill out. Be a part of our Woodward Sports Gardner White Bracket Challenge. You could win money. You can win a couple of lazy boys.
March Madness starts tomorrow officially, guys.
I know.
And we haven't said a word about it because the NFL
trumps
has
everything.
decided to screw college basketball.
Everybody.
They are screwing college basketball.
NFL doesn't care about anybody anymore. It was like, hey, look, it's us. It's just us.
It's just them.
Hey, you know what? The hell with you. We're going to give you a free game on Black Friday. Hey, everybody just keep come watching us. NFL, they know what they're doing.
Really?
They know what they're doing.
Have you ever on a sports talk show talked less about the college basketball playoff, the March Madness, the greatest event in Vegas? This is where they make their most money. More than the Super Bowl is bet on March Madness. You can't get a room for under $1,000 in Vegas.
You can't get a topic in other than NFL anywhere.
It's interesting, and I'm curious how like traditional radio sports stations handle it, because what we do here is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Here online and woodwardsports.com or YouTube, you can see down to the person how many people are watching your show, listening to your show, when they watch, when they don't watch, what you're talking about, when you have high ratings, when you have low viewership, what you're talking about,
what clips hit, what clips didn't.
It's so down to the individual. Radio's not like that. You got those people meters where everything is fudged. You think so many people are listening, they're not.
Yeah.
If radio did what we do here, you'd be shocked at how few people are listening to traditional over-the-air radio. You'd be shocked. But what I'm trying to tell you is they talk a little bit about everything, and I guarantee you for them it's the same way. If they talk about March Madness, they go in the tank.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if they talk about college basketball, their numbers are down.
It's a fact.
It just is.
We talked more when we first came on. Like I remember when we first started in August of 2021, almost 2 years ago. We were talking more about all the different sports. Like we were getting some baseball in. Like that first year of baseball was a great baseball season for us. I think Atlanta won.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta won.
But
and
no one gives a damn.
That was great.
Us.
But we were talking more. We were talking more a little bit about baseball. But then it was like we started paying attention. When Ryan started paying attention to his numbers, when we weren't talking about football, his numbers dropped. So what does that naturally make you do? It makes you like, well, I guess we got to keep talking football.
Well, you just want to give what your consumers want.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you run it like a business, the customers want X, I'm not going to give them Y.
Yeah.
Right? And Dave Mentor on the woodwardsports.com chat says, do you have that information at Fox 2? No, it's kind of like radio. It's kind of like rated like radio. Now, when you go to the online clips and everything like that, you could see that. But I'm talking about, people who are watching at 9 o'clock. No. I mean, there's a general idea based on the personal people meters that they have and that they rate things. But it's not like YouTube or website clicks or something like this where you know exactly the number of people who are watching your show. Right now there's 955 people watching the show. I don't think anybody at 97.1 would be able to tell you right now they 30,000 people. BS. BS.
Yeah.
There were 499,000 people watching McAfee Live today.
Yep.
Yeah.
499,000.
That's the recipe.
It's just
who has a radio in the house
incredible. So
when I'm flipping channels and I want to hear sports,
yeah,
if they're talking things I don't give a damn about. I'm keep flipping.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
Guys, great couple of days. Bray, get us out of here.
Hell of a show. More on, I guess, the Detroit Lions and what they're going to do in this free agent process. Actually, we'll talk with Lamar Jackson tomorrow, and the reason why is because in a couple minutes, now teams can able to talk to Lamar Jackson, see if they're going to match that tag. So we'll talk some Lamar Jackson tomorrow. Sounds good. Maybe Lamar.
There you go.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers will be signed too. And maybe Evan Brown will sign with the Detroit Lions today. Maybe that will happen before we get back on air, and I can be excited about talking about that. Well, we appreciate you as always. Tune in to Woodward Sports Network. Thanks, man. We really appreciate you guys. It's been a fun show. JB, Fletch, Maz, Ryan, love you guys. You want to do this again tomorrow? 2 o'clock?
Do it.
We'll see you tomorrow, 2 o'clock.
March Madness.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.